Aloha mai kākou. This is Kumu Lilikala Kame'elehiwa talking to you today about Wine Studies 270 and our lecture on Maui, who is a human hero. Maui represents the element that is human, and he is a child of Akua. So this is part 1, slides 1 through 20, and there will also be a part 2 for you to watch. You already have the notes for this lecture. Okay, let's get started. Before I go any further, I'd like to acknowledge that all of the artwork done in this slideshow has been done by Dietrich Perez, and he and I wrote a book together many 20 years ago, perhaps, on Maui, and I love his drawings and his woodcut. Just beautiful, beautiful pictures that he has of the Maui story. So I'd like to acknowledge that. So, the story of Maui is from the 15th wa of the Komolipo, and it begins with the Komolipo line 1930 with O Haumea Vahine o Nu'umea I Kukuiha'a. That is, O Haumea, the woman of Nu'umea at Kukuiha'a, and this is a place in Nu'uanu. So this is a genealogy that comes from Waolani and Nu'uanu, from the cliffs of Waolani that are called Nu'umea. And Haumea is an ancestor of Hina, who is the mother of the Maui clan. So the Maui clan and the knowledge that the Maui clan carries comes out of the Haumea lineage. They are the Paliku. Now in our story in the Komolipo, we understand that Haumea slept with Kanaloa, the He'e, that great god of Ra'iatea. And of course, she's from Oahu. And their descendants, that is the descendants of Haumea and Kanaloa, unite all of Polynesia in their knowledge. What kind of knowledge did they have? Well, the Ohana Maui are the priests of Ta'aroa. We learned this from Te Wira Henry's book, Ancient Tahiti. She says the Maui clan are the priests of Ta'aroa who sailed the Pacific Ocean teaching the religion of navigation to all they met. And according to the studies done by Catherine Luomala, who gave us this map, all of these islands have stories of Maui. You can see Hawaii in the north, down to New Zealand in the southwest, even to Easter Island in the southeast, but all of the islands in between, the Society Islands, the Cook Islands, even as far away as Micronesia. All of these have stories of Maui. So, in the Komolipo in the 15th Wa, we learn how Mea is the ancestor of Hina, and Hina is the woman on the moon. But Hina is also has another body form, and that is Hina Akiahi, and she is the mother of Maui. Now remember, our friend Hepua Bordas of Tahiti says that Hina rules the nights of the moon. Hina represents the teachings of the lunar calendar regarding what nights to fish and farm. Hina teaches the movement of moon through the sky. So this is female knowledge that comes through the Hinas and comes down to their male descendants. This knowledge also includes the moon calendar, of course, which you've seen before, and we're going to learn more about. So if we look to see, there are 3 anahulu, or 3 weeks, 10-day weeks within a month, and each of them have a different name. All right, so let's start with Maui Akalana. And for those of you who've done the reading, you know that Maui Akalana was conceived when his mother Hina was picking limu on the reef. Now, she didn't want to wear her pa'u, her kapa pa'u, because what happens with bark cloth or kapa is that when you get it wet, it melts and it shreds. So she had put on her husband's malo, that is his loincloth. What it was doing on the beach, I don't know. And after a while, she felt a little tingling between her legs. Kahaha, kamana anakane Hawaii. But her husband Akalana knew that he hadn't slept with Hina recently, and for some strange reason, he didn't believe Hina's story about the malo. Kahaha, kamana kavahine Hawaii. So he denied that this last Maui was his child. Auwe kahila hila akekane hupo. Isn't it sad when a man is so stupid? Perhaps that is why Maui Akalana was such a kolohi trickster, and no one could predict what he would do. Now, Maui Akalana is famous as a navigator who fishes for new lands. He catches the ulua fish called pimoi that turns into land, peia. Yeah? And it's Hina who teaches her son Maui to fish up the land to find new islands. So here is the ulua fish that's called pimoi that represents finding land as well as having the right to rule land. And we'll hear more about this throughout the course, but I'd like you to remember this is what Maui does. He brings up new land out of the ocean. Okay, so in the 15th wa, we learn in line 1984, o Akalana ke kane o Hina Akiahi ka wahine. Akalana was the husband, Hina Akiahi was the wife. And we learn that there are four Maui brothers. The one who's our hero is actually the youngest. So Hanau Maui Mua, born first, was Maui the first. Hanau Maui Vaina, born was Maui in the middle. Hanau Maui Ki'iki'i, born was Maui who fetches. Hanau Maui Akamalo, born was Maui of the Malo. This last one is sometimes called Maui Akalana for the husband of Hina Akalana. And here we see in this picture by Perez the four Maui brothers going out fishing and catching all the things of the sea, from ulua to turtles to hihi manu to he'e. These are all the things of the sea. Okay, so in line 1987 we learn Okamalo o Akalana i Humea. Hina put on the malo of Akalana. Ho'okauhua Hina Akiahi Hanau Himua. Hina Akiahi became pregnant, born was a chicken. He hua moa ke keiki a Hina I ho'okauhua. A chicken egg was the child of Hina in her womb. Ahoi hoi, he moa o ka ana. She didn't sleep with the chicken. He moa kakahana wana, but a chicken was born. Can you imagine that? Giving birth to a chicken. Alala ki keiki ni nau Hina. The chicken child cried out, becoming human. And Hina asked, "A'ohe ho'i he kanaka o ka ana he keiki ka." She didn't sleep with a man, but a child was born. He kiki a iwa iwa na Hina aki ahi, a wondrous child of Hina of the fire. So she has a child that is born as a chicken, and he then changes his shape into a human form. And this chicken will be the Aumakua of the Maui clan. Chickens are very important to the Maui clan because they crow in the dawn before the sun rises. They wake up the Maui clan who are navigators who must see the rising of the sun in order to predict the weather for that day. And you cannot navigate, you cannot sail without understanding weather. So the sun and weather are intimately entwined, and Maui is the lens that is used to learn these things and to watch these kinds of things. Okay, so that's the end of part one. Now I want you to please go to part two, slides 21 to 47, for the 270 lecture on Maui, the human hero, child of Akua. Mahalo nui loa.